Hello, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of the Tyreak Told You Podcast. Yay, balloons, confetti, ice cream, and sprinkles. Listen, people have been telling me for years, Tyreek, you should start a podcast. Tyreek, start a podcast. Tyreek, podcast. And I just always brush it off like, I like the idea of it, but if I do it, I do it. If I don't, I don't. And apparently I'm doing it. Listen, some people it takes them 10 years to get started. As long as you get started, though. Keith Lee said you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. And that was something that I really, really needed to hear because I just kept finding every excuse in the world to not do this. And finally, I just feel confident and comfortable enough to do it. So, how did we get here? I already told y'all people have been telling me to do it, and I just wouldn't listen. Um, but 2024 ended up being like a super, super pivotal year for me. And just for context, it is currently New Year's Eve. It's December 31st, was the last day of 2024. And it's 3:45 in the morning, and I'm just sitting here in my living room launching a damn podcast. So what happened? In 2023, I went to my school's homecoming. Shout outs to the illustrious Hampton University. And I was just chilling with my old college friends, and the whole podcast thing came up again. And like my friend Anderson was telling me, yo, Tyreek, you should really, really, really just like do this. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And one reason why I didn't do it is because like I didn't really have a platform. Like I did not have a big social media following at all. I just wasn't that guy. So I said, I'm gonna build myself a following, and then I'll use that following to launch a podcast. So I started posting on TikTok around late November, but I really started taking it seriously in January. And I told myself when I get 10,000 followers on TikTok, I'll launch this podcast. And my goal was to reach 10,000 followers by the end of March. I reached 10K by the end of January. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I did not start the podcast because frankly, I wasn't ready. Also on TikTok, when you hit 10,000 followers, you become eligible for monetization. So from there, I had joined like the creator rewards program or whatever it's called. And I started making money on TikTok. And this was my first time ever making money through social media. And once again, I was shocked at how easy it was, how fast it was, and frankly, how much money I was making and still am making. Like, there's a lot of money on TikTok, and I really hope it doesn't get banned. But anyway, fast forward to March, I hit 50,000 followers. I still don't launch the podcast. I tell myself when I hit 100K, I'll launch it. Hit 100K, still don't launch it. Now I'm currently at like a little over 150,000 followers. TikTok may get banned in the US in a couple days, and shit, I gotta do something. So here we are with this podcast. Yay. One thing that like I was also nervous about was like I feel like a podcast should have a structure, like some type of flow, something. And I couldn't think of nothing because like one of my favorite podcasts is The Read. And with them, it's like they do the Black Excellence, then the Hot Tops, listener letters, and then the read, right? So I'm like, am I supposed to be doing that? Like, does it have to be like that? But then I also listen to Jade and XD, the Blackest Show About Nothing, and their show is just that. It's a black show about nothing. It's just whatever they want it to be that week. Like, I don't think they really have like a structure or anything. So who's to say that I need to have one? Also, shout outs to Jade and XD because like they have been super, super supportive of everything I'm doing. I've been on their podcast twice already. Like, that's a really, really big deal for me. I have nothing but the utmost respect for them. So yeah, my podcast is just going to be me talking. I figure on TikTok and Instagram, I just chat about random topics. Why not do it here? Just talk for longer, basically. As long as I listen, I'm good. Um, yeah, going into 2025, I will not be taking accountability for anything. So, like, if this does end up being a huge failure, I'm just going to blame you guys. Actually, I have a name for you already. I'm going to call y'all the scapegoats because I'm going to be throwing y'all under the bus. You know, everything bad is your fault. It's not me, it's you. So, if you're comfortable with that, welcome to the team. If you're not comfortable, that's okay too because getting thrown under the bus is not comfortable. So I would rather have people who are used to being uncomfortable because then it's like not that adjustment process. I can't have some pampered princess, taking the blame for everything because I just it's too much of a headache. Too much, too much. But how was you guys' year? I'm talking like y'all can respond to me. I guess if you're watching this on YouTube, you can maybe comment. If you're listening to this through like the podcast apps, just respond out loud. I'll pretend like I hear you. How was your year? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Wow. Well, that's good to hear. You see, I love how y'all can just pretend with me. How was my year? Oh, I'm glad you asked. 2024 might have been like one of the best years of my life, honestly. I did so much this year. I learned so much about myself. I tried out a whole bunch of new things. I feel like I really began to live in my purpose, whatever that means. I hate to get on here and sound like the spiritual chakra people with the crystals and the like they always got like some sheet set up behind them with like some tribal print something. I don't want to sound like them, but I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, if that makes sense. I have a very, very specific goal for 2025 that I will not say out loud until it happens, but I'm very confident in my ability to make that happen. So, it also just feels good knowing and realizing what you're capable of. I can't explain that, but it just does. Because you like have ideas of what you may want to do or what you could possibly do. But when you get up and you actually do it and you see like results, no words can describe what that is. And that's what I've been feeling this year. Like there's been ups and downs, way more ups than there have been downs. And the ups are much higher than the lows are. I mean, lows aren't high. The ups are higher than the lows are low, if that makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Listen, it's real late, y'all. Okay. I should be asleep, but I'm out here launching a freaking podcast. Um, what else? What else? What did I do this year? So yeah, like the social media blew up. Brands have been reaching out to me. Like I get PR packages in the mail. La Roche-Posay, they send me a lot of stuff. Shout outs to them. And shout outs to my skin too. I look good on this camera. I look real, real good on this camera. If you can't see me, it sucks to be you. If you can't see me, why do you have eyes? You have eyes, but you're not looking at me. You have ears, but you're not listening to me. That's an affront to God. That is sacrilegious. You're going to hell. But yeah, what else did I do? I went to Antigua twice this year. I absolutely love it out there. Shout outs to my bestie Epiphany. She just randomly invited me there with her on her birthday trip back in August. We had an amazing time. I was shocked at how many people recognized me out there. Getting recognized in the street is crazy. But like it's one thing when it happens locally, like when I'm walking through my neighborhood, people know who I am. Or just like walking through Brooklyn in general. That's one thing. But to go to like a whole nother country and people are like, oh my God, I love your crack videos on TikTok. Why are you in Antigua watching me talk about crackheads? I appreciate it, but like, how did we get here? So I love going out there. And I went again for a little winter vacation. I just got back a few days ago. Peep the tan if you watching. But yeah, we love Antigua. It's always a great time out there, and I cannot wait to go back. I go to influencer events now. Like I'm going to comedy shows. I'm getting free marijuana. Like, uh, I just don't know who I am anymore. I don't know what my life has become, but I'm super excited to see what 2025 has for me. Uh, what else? TikTok may get banned. Now, I feel really, really sad about that because TikTok is the platform that really got me out there. TikTok is the platform that pays me. I still work full time, which, by the way, if you're like any type of up and coming influencer, podcaster, streamer, anything, and you have a job, do not quit your job until it absolutely makes sense. Okay? Like, we all want to do this full time. It looks fun. It is fun. And, it can be very, very lucrative. But don't just be making rash decisions, especially if you my age. If you're 30 plus, you can't do what them fresh 20-year-olds do. They still got time to make their mistakes and learn their lessons. For us, it's certain lessons that we should already know by now. It's certain mistakes we can't just be making. You cannot just quit your job after one viral video. No, because you don't know when you want to go viral again. You may not even get paid for that video. So no, bitch, if you got full-time employment and benefits and insurance, you hold on to it until it makes sense to step away from it. And that's what I'm doing. Um, yeah, I probably really should have wrote down some topics and some things to talk about. I may have some stuff in my notes. Also, I hope that this sounds good because I got this mic that I'm talking into. Can y'all hear me? If you can't hear me, let me know. I mean, if you made it this far, I would hope that you can hear me. But yeah, let's see what we have up in these notes. I took notes for this. Uh, Weekly repudiations. So if you watch me like on the gram or on the talk, y'all know I do what I call daily repudiations. And if you don't know what daily repudiations are, they're like daily affirmations, but the opposite. So the way that an affirmation is supposed to uplift you, encourage you, give you just like a little extra dose of positivity, I do none of that. I want to discourage you. I want to put you down. I want to make your life negative and bad and sad and sorry. Everybody can't be the good guy. Everybody can't be positive. And God made both for a reason. If I have to be the negative Nancy, then I'm just going to have to be that. I'm not ashamed of it. I like it actually. So yeah, we do daily repudiations. Since this podcast is going to come out weekly, maybe we can do some weekly repudiations for you guys. I didn't think of any, but let me think. This is like the first week of the new year. So maybe a New Year's repudiation, some New Year's negativity. Um, how about just not being held accountable for 2025, which is why I have you scapegoats here. So yeah, if this podcast fails, it's your fault. If I get canceled because I say something that I'm not supposed to say on this podcast, I'm blaming the scapegoats. The scapegoats told me to say it. I said it because the scapegoats, they tune in and they enjoy this stuff. So, they rewarded my bad behavior with positive reinforcement. You're not supposed to do that. So, see, y'all are fucking up already. Mm. Did anything like noteworthy happen this week? People are like mad about Walmart Birkins and stuff. Mm. I don't care about none of that. Actually, I do care from like an intellectual property standpoint because can Hermes sue Walmart for like ripping off their design? Then again, Michael Kors, they've been making fake Birkins too. I don't know. I don't know. Would you buy a Birkin bag from Walmart or a bag that looks like a Birkin from Walmart? I don't know. I don't like dupes and replicas and stuff. I like originality. Like just come up with your own thing, you know? And also I feel like if you can't afford the actual thing, why go out and buy a cheaper version that almost looks like the other thing, you know? I just feel like you're trying too hard. But that's just my opinion, my little opinion. Do not let my opinion fool. Don't let my opinion offend you because I'm somebody who has a lot of opinions, okay? And my opinions may not always align with what you think, what you believe, or what you agree with. And that is okay. There's 8 billion people on the planet. We do not all think the same way, okay? Is it okay? I hope it's okay. What else have y'all been mad about this week? Uh, I don't know what to talk about, y'all. I don't know. I'm gonna just talk about me, some fun facts about me. And this is like the introductory episode, right? So I should be telling y'all about who I am. Let me just some rapid fire facts. I'm 33 years old. I mentioned that already. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm a Libra. My favorite color is orange. I like spicy food. I like to travel. Um, I like to make people laugh. I like clothes and like fashion and stuff like that. Love sneakers. I have like a whole Foot Locker in my closet. What else do I like? I like anime and manga. I'm slowly getting back into video games. I like marijuana. I like to smoke. Um, I drink occasionally. Not as much as I used to. Um, I don't really like go out and like club as much as I used to either. I think I just grew out of that. I don't know. What else? What else? Some goals of mine. I would really, really like to see this podcast be successful. Like I see myself doing live shows and meet and greets and stuff. I don't know. I see myself having merch. Speaking of which, oh, I didn't mention my candle. Shout outs to Santasha and Bold Rich. This is just all over the place. We just talking. Um, so there's this girl, her name is Santasha. She has a candle line called Bold Rich. And I mentioned that I get PR packages and stuff in the mail. Well, I also get like a lot of candles because I had made a video going to TJ Maxx and Marshalls and just sniffing candles or whatever. And she reached out to me and like she sent me a few candles. They smelled absolutely amazing. And I reviewed some of the candles she sent me. And then from there, she hosted like a candle making class last summer and invited me. That was awesome. I met some amazing people. And then she reached out to me and like asked how I felt about doing a signature scent with her. We did it. It came out great. It smells amazing. Everybody who has the candle has nothing but positive things to say about it. If you're watching and or listening to this and you don't have the candle, you need to go to Bold Rich and get the Toast with Ty candle. Actually, let me show it to you. This is the Toast with Ty candle. Smells delicious. No, but like if you like amber and oud, this is the candle for you. It's like very clean, very light, kind of nutty. It's just like this. This is the candle, okay? If you don't have it, I feel sorry for you. Like I pity you. How do you not have the toast with Thai candle? Do you not love yourself? Do you respect yourself? Do you respect your living space? Because you can't live in a space without this candle. Look, you see how this is like the third one that I've gone through. Okay, I'm burning these things down. Once you light it, you can't blow it out. That's how addictive it is, okay? This is the crack of candles. Crack wishes it was as addictive as this candle. So, hey, this, let these words be the fire that lights under your ass so that you go and get this candle and light this on fire and then put that under your ass because your ass stinks and this doesn't. I would rather your ass smell like this candle than your ass smell like ass. I feel like I haven't talked enough. Like, is this long enough? I don't know. I mean, this is like just, it's the first one. I should give myself some grace. It's not going to be perfect the first time. It probably won't be perfect the 100th time, but if we get to 100 episodes, that's a blessing in and of itself. I'm really doing this because my anxiety was getting to me. Like, I feel like I'm not doing enough. Feel like I'm not doing this and I should be doing it. So this is just me doing it. Um, I'm gonna admit I'm a bit of a perfectionist and I feel like this could have been done a little better. But at least I did it. Because like with me, I would have wanted to do this in like a studio and have like the lights and have be a producer and have like three different camera angles. But no, I'm in my living room. I am literally recording this from my iPhone. I have like what is this, a 15 Pro Max or a 16? I don't even know. But I'm just like recording it in like cinematic mode, like from the video camera and having it mirror to my computer. It looks pretty good though. So, everybody has to start somewhere. That's like the remember when Jerry Springer had his final thoughts? Those are my final thoughts. Just start. Just get up and do it. Nike don't sue me, but they had a point when they said just do it. You just got to get up and do the thing. Like, I don't know what your thing is, but you know what your thing is. And you're pretending like you don't know what your thing is, and you're ignoring your thing. Do the thing, okay? Don't worry about having an aesthetically pleasing background. You can spruce that up. Don't worry about not having the right equipment. I don't have the right equipment either, but I have something. Okay, as long as you got a voice, you got something. As long as you have a mouth, let your mouth earn you some rewards, Miss Thing or Mr. Thing, whatever you are. We have all used our mouths to get what we want. In fact, comment down below if you're watching this on YouTube and tell us a story about a time when your mouth helped you get something that you wanted out of life. Some people can use their mouth to get a meal, maybe get you an extra pack of hair, get some rent paid. I don't know. You got to use that mouth. Use it, open it up, and use it. And we're going to end on that note. Thank you so much for tuning into this podcast. I know it was all over the place. I don't feel like I accomplished anything I said I would accomplish with this. The episode is called Who Am I and Why Should You Care? Did I answer those questions? I told y'all who I was. I'm Tyreak. Why should you care? I don't fucking know. Maybe you at work and you just like need some background noise. Maybe you cleaning up and washing some dishes. Let me be that background noise. That's why you should care because we have short attention spans. We as a society all have ADHD and we just need to have some extra shit going on in the background to get some stuff done. So maybe I can help you finally get that house cleaned up. You're welcome.